Mike Tomlin's out in Pittsburgh.
No, you saw that coming, didn't you? And
Well,
by the way, just so people don't understand this, that's fire. He's fired. They just had enough respect for the guy where they were like, you got to step down. Do you think he went to ownership and said, I think it's probably time for me to step down? They probably told him that's enough.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's probably the right play for both parties.
Right,
you know,
but just to say, oh, the guy, he called his own. He was probably told, we're going to give you a chance to step down because we don't want to have to say we're firing you.
Well, and it might benefit them in the end, as many people have pointed out, that because now they retain his rights. He'll go to the Sean Payton move is the one that a lot of people are referencing, right? Go do TV for a year, and then you go to Denver, and he might do the same thing, and then Pittsburgh might trade him and recoup some assets for Mike Tomlin. 18 years is an eternity in pro sports.
Dude, an eternity.
It's an unbelievable run. Won a Super Bowl, went to multiple Super Bowls, 500 record every year. The last 3 years, 10-7 out in the wild card. And that offense is impossible to watch if you're a Steeler fan.
Dude, it's disgusting.
It was awful last night. Aaron Rodgers, watching him, man, he was so miserable playing that game last night.
Dude, that's
so
enough.
Miserable.
That's enough for him, too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I agree.
You look, they brought in Rodgers this year. What's the one common theme with that team, that organization? Since they haven't replaced Big Ben since he retired, man.
Yep.
They have gone through, Mason Rudolph, Cabbage Hands, Trubisky's been in there.
Russell Wilson.
They've just been scraping along, dumpster diving, desperately trying to fill that hole. They just haven't. I mean, they probably thought Cabbage Hands was the guy, but he just wasn't.
No, Kenny wasn't. And it's a desirable job, I think, for a couple of different reasons. One, ownership is
the QB or the head coach.
The head coach. It's the ownership is remarkably loyal. 18 years from Tomlin. Cowher was there before that, and I think it was Chuck Noll. They've had 3 coaches ever. Whoever gets the next job, you're probably thinking, I can buy some real estate here. I might be here for 15 years.
Yeah.
Steelers, the legacy, it's a great football market. It's just they do it right in Pittsburgh. They have a great fan base that travels. You're going to get support.
All these coaches, Brian, when you go to an organization, and I've told you numerous times about guys I played with, the guys who are in coaching, calling me asking about certain positions are opening, and I'm like, you really want to go there? Because you're going to go down with that ship because they're so brutal.
Well, they need a quarterback.
That's exactly
no disputing
my point.
It. They need a quarterback.
They're talking about Stefanski interviewing down in Miami, and he's got to be thinking when he goes home and puts his feet up saying, I'm going to be attached to Tua. My success or my whole legacy in Miami is going to be connected to Tua. How badly do I really want to deal with that, watching him play this year? That's my whole lifeline.
Well, I hear
what I can get out of Tua Tagovailoa.
And that's why, conversely, the Baltimore job would be so coveted because you get Lamar.
You're exactly
you
right.
walk in with Lamar Jackson still in his prime, and yes, he's got a lot to prove. Like Josh Allen, like others, he still hasn't won. But he is so dynamic. He's so talented.
Yeah.
And it's
what's people interviewing about the Cleveland job with Shedeur Sanders and the other guy?
Yeah. Dylan Gabriel and Deshaun Watson.
What is a coach going to be telling ownership in meetings or a GM? I can get what out of that?
No,
You're getting nothing out of that.
That's the problem. Exactly. There's a lot of these jobs where if the quarterback isn't set, you're just starting 50 meters behind the race. 100 meters behind the race in a 100-meter dash because you got to have success quickly. So there's very few jobs here where you've got the quarterback already in place. And, Pittsburgh's not the case because Rodgers isn't coming back. Even if he does, he's 42. So there's no future there.
Dude, he ain't coming back.
I don't think he's coming back.
If you couldn't tell by looking at his face,
right.
That's a dead giveaway.
Aikman kept saying it. He's like, I think this is probably it. You don't think he's told Troy Aikman, in a meeting? He probably tipped him off and said, hey, Troy, just so you know, I'm done. And someone pointed this out on Twitter, if that kicker, Tyler Loop, hit that kick last week, Pittsburgh Rodgers and Tomlin, they could be on a beach somewhere, and yet he misses the kick, and they got to prepare for a week, and they just get crushed by Houston. I think they'd probably prefer to have just lost. Let Baltimore deal with that, so we're out. We got to stick around an extra week and prepare and get pumped and embarrassed at home. And
there's people fixated with football who gets to go to Cancun. They always post pictures of the usual suspects are here in Cancun.
Always.
And there's Trevor Lawrence and the whole gang down there, Tua. It's so funny.
They're all, exactly. You know who's going down.